from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We're following a developing story as several schools in northern Minnesota took extra security measures today after the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension discovered a potential online threat.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. Many school districts declared a code yellow and executed soft lockdowns. The ones we know for sure are Detroit Lakes, Perham, Wadena, Frazee, Pelican Rapids, New York Mills, Warren, Alvarado, Oslo, and Grygla. Now, code yellow means that all the doors were locked, but classes continued as normal. Police in Detroit Lakes told us that someone made a post from an online chat room saying they were thinking about shooting up a northern Minnesota school. No particular school was named, and it's not known where the post came from. Clay County Sheriff Bill Bergquist says his office received a message from the BCA about the threat, adding that he doesn't know how many Clay County schools took extra security measures today. Be sure to stick with Valley News Live for any updates on this story.
We're getting a better look now at the snow that's headed our way tomorrow and Friday. Hutch, when will it arrive and how long will it last?
Well, I'll tell you what, tomorrow things change in a big way, especially in the latter portion of our day. Mid-afternoon, some of us will already see snowflakes flying across the valley. Now, taking a look at that snowfall potential map right away, because that's what you want to see. We'll take a look. Well, let's see. The computer's a little slow, but there it is. Well, let's go with your advisories here as the computer is taking a little bit of a break. We have a blizzard watch for the Southern Valley and parts of Lakes Country. This includes Fergus Falls, Pelican Rapids, all the way out toward New York Mills, Grant County, and Elbow Lake. Also Richland County, Wahpeton, Breckenridge, down towards Gwinner as well. That's where the best chance of wind and blowing snow could create some blizzard-like conditions, heavy snow potential in the yellow counties where we have a winter storm watch. It gets started between 2 and 4 in the afternoon in Fargo with wind ramping up. Overnight will bring the worst conditions in the Fargo area. By the time we rise and shine, 4 to 8 inches in and around Fargo with continued wind and continued heavy snow moving east into Minnesota. For tonight, enjoy the quiet. Tomorrow we'll keep you updated. Your hour-by-hour forecast will show you the path of the storm here a little more clearly in just a couple of moments.
All right, thank you, Hutch. And remember, you can stay up to date on the weather conditions where you are anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just download the Storm Team Weather app to get the latest weather conditions and even follow the radar live. Search VNL Weather in the App Store.
A now deleted Craigslist posting sent to us by a viewer is advertising that people will get paid to protest the Dakota Access Pipeline. Here's the post in full, titled "Paid Protesters Needed #NoDAPL." The person behind the post says that they can quit their job, cash in their 401k, and they'll give you $1,000 rather to quit your job and join them full-time protesting. They wanted to organize people to gather Friday night at the West Acres Mall. Now, mall officials are saying it's private property, and they're not going to allow it.
You know, it's definitely one way to do it. But I mean, if you're just getting paid $50 and you don't really actually believe in it, you're just there for the money, then, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose, I think.
President-elect Donald Trump continues to call those demonstrating against his administration professional protesters, too.
A number of Fargo police officers are heading to Morton County again. A source tells Valley News Live that more law enforcement from the city are going to help assist as protests over the Dakota Access Pipeline are expected to continue. With winter on the way, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says it will provide a winter camp near the town of Cannonball in an effort to keep all involved safe. This after the company that's building the pipeline is suing the Corps over its decision to put work near Lake Oahe on hold, arguing the construction's already been approved.
A slow-speed police chase landed a man in jail. Officers spotted the man's vehicle from a disturbance in North Moorhead around 4 o'clock this morning. Police say 28-year-old Ahmed Ahmad slowed down and even pulled over once, but kept going across the 12th Avenue Bridge into Fargo. He stopped near Broadway and is now facing numerous charges, including DUI and fleeing charges.
Police are looking for a suspect who robbed a pizza delivery man last night in South Fargo. Officers were called to an apartment building in the 2500 block of 14th Street South around 9 p.m. The delivery man says he was inside looking for the apartment unit when he was jumped from behind, put in a chokehold, and ordered to hand over his money. The victim was dropped to his knees but was not hurt. He didn't get a good look at his attacker and only says he was assaulted by a black male. This is the second holdup in that neighborhood in the last week. A woman says two men with a gun stole her money while she was walking on Oak Manor Avenue, about 2 blocks from where last night's robbery happened.
Under normal circumstances, the North Dakota Board of Higher Education renews college presidents' contracts earlier in the year. Not every president, however, got the rubber stamp this past summer. NDSU's president will keep his job for at least another year. Normally, that decision is made in June, as Mike alluded to, but the State Board of Higher Ed felt a review of Dean Brashani was needed. Reporter Max Grossfeld has more.
A vote.
Dr. Melliker?
Yes.
Ms. Reichert?
Yes. The board voted 7-1 to extend President Brashani through June 2018.
I love NDSU. I love what we're doing to serve our citizens and look forward to continuing to do so.
The board originally thought Brashani didn't communicate well enough to do his job effectively. They also looked at how he handled areas such as teamwork, IT, and research.
President Brashani has shown improvement in many of the measurable areas, but there is still work to be done.
NDSU students have come out in support of Brashani, including the lone member of the board still in school.
Given the support that the students at NDSU have expressed for President Brashani, I would also urge the board to vote for this extension.
It has been very humbling. The overwhelming support of the students, the faculty, the staff, alumni, colleagues from around the nation has been absolutely heartfelt by me and overwhelming in some senses.
Brashani's contract now covers the same time period as the 10 other college presidents in the state.
Former NDSU football coach Don Morton is the only board member who voted against the extension. He declined a request for comment.
A new program within Grand Forks schools aims to fix a student problem that's much larger than most people realize. The Classes That Care Fund will provide school meals to students who find themselves temporarily unable to pay. School officials say from time to time these are students who go without because their family didn't quite qualify for the free lunch program. Unexpected expenses can sometimes leave families short.
It could be medical, temporary medical expenses, emergency car repair. So we are going to, this fund will support those students with money for breakfast and/or lunch and cold milk as well.
If you'd like to donate or learn more about this fund for student meals, we have a link for you on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
West Fargo Public Schools has started a fundraising page to honor Cheyenne High School principal Greg Gruters, who died on Monday. Donations will go to the West Fargo Educational Foundation and will be used to provide grants to West Fargo teachers and students. Funeral services for Gruters will be at 4 p.m. this Friday at Cathedral of St. Mary in Fargo, and visitation is from 5 until 7 tomorrow night. Gruters had been battling cancer. The district says he continued to go to school just days before his death. If you would like to make a donation, head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
With the 2016 deer gun season winding down in North Dakota, a change in weather may be just what hunters are looking for. Doug Lear, a biologist with North Dakota Game and Fish, says the colder temperatures should have the deer moving around a bit more. And after the deer season wraps up, hunters will have more late fall hunting options coming up on Monday. National Wildlife Refuge hunting is open through January 8th. As with every year, some lands that have never been hunted will be open by Game and Fish for pheasant and sharp-tailed grouse.
So what kind of Christmas shopper are you? If you're the kind who likes plenty of gift suggestions from your loved ones, we have a story for you later on Valley News Live at 6.
And we'll all be feeling a little bit more seasonable weather-wise as we head through the next 24 to 36 hours. Winter weather will replace our above-average temperatures across the valley. How much snow will you expect? Details are next.